Alright students, today we will be studying about conduction in our lives. Okay, in this particular topic we'll be studying the where all in our life, okay, we utilize or we overcome the process of conduction. Okay, now conduction means transfer of heat, okay, in solid due to the direct contact. Okay, now you see aluminum, copper and alloys like stainless steel and brass are used to make cooking vessels. Cooking vessels means you see the cooking vessel, okay, anything which is used to cook food, because you see they are the good conductor of heat. Okay, good conductor of heat means they take heat, okay, and then they can transfer heat. Conductor of heat means the metal which are able to transfer the heat, they are able to take the heat and transfer that heat is known as good conductor of heat. Okay, now why don't we use mud vessel, why don't we use wooden vessel, why don't we use plastics vessels? Because they are not the good conductor of heat, because they absorb the heat, okay, and what will they do? They will change their configuration, right? They will break, isn't it? They will expand, right? But the metal, what they do? They will transfer the heat to the food, right? But the mud particle, mud vessels or the other vessel, plastics vessels and all, they will not be able to pass the heat onto the food because they are the bad conductors. Okay, handles of cooking utensils are made up of, okay, one more thing is here, that metal like silver, copper and gold are also good conductor of heat, but we don't use them because they are too expensive, isn't it? We will not afford to use the vessels made out of gold or silver or copper. Okay, now handle of cooking utensils are made up of wood or plastics, uh, called backlight, as these are insulators of heat. Okay, see the handles, okay, the handles, okay, what we use plastics known as backlight, or we use wood, right? That is because they are the bad conductor of heat. Then what would happen? They will not absorb heat, they will not take heat, right? The heat can be transferred to them. Then what will be? We will, when we touch them, will not feel hot sensation of hotness, isn't it? But if it was whole of steel, then what happened? If I'm putting if I'm putting it inside another vessel, then what would happen? It would catch the heat from my the cooking vessel, and what would be, when I would touch the spoon, then I would feel hot because the heat from the cooking vessel has transferred to the spatula or the spoon, right? But in this case, since I'm having a insulator, I'll not be able to, it will not harm me, right? Now next is woolen clothes, clothes keep us warm in winter. This is because air is trapped in the pore of the woolen clothes, which acts as a insulator and does not allow the body heat to escape. Another thing is woolen cloth is an insulator, that means it does not support conduction. All right, that is, it does not support transfer of heat. And if the heat is not transferred, means what happened? We can keep the body warm. All right, that is why what we do, we wear woolen clothes. Woolen clothes, there are small pores in the woolen clothes from where the cool air will enter the cloth, but it will not be able to, the cold air will be entering the cloth because of the trapping or because of the body heat. That cold air will turn into warmer air after some time, and that warmer air will be staying within our body, okay, forming a layer between the woolen cloth, between our sweater and our skin. That hot air will be trapped, okay, and that heat will not be able to escape. Okay, if you wear cotton clothes, what happen? The heat will be able to escape from the cotton cloth. Okay, now another thing is, since it is thin, it is not like cotton cloth is a conductor of heat, but you can say that because it is not so thick, okay, the heat can escape. Okay, but the woolen clothes are the insulator. Okay, Now, in summer, to keep ice from melting, ice slabs are covered with a jute cloth or a sawdust. Jute is insulator and has air trapped between its fiber, but this insulates the heat of the surrounding. So what happens is that you have, I think you have seen ice cream wala. Okay, what they would do, they would keep the ice and everything inside a thermocol, right? Thermocol box. And also sometime what we see is the jute bag. Okay, the jute bag we get, we just cover the ice tray, okay, our the ice slabs with the help of a jute bag. Okay, what will that do? That will not allow the heat from the environment to enter the ice. Okay, then what happens? Ice will not melt. Thermocol is also an insulator. It does not allow heat from the environment to enter. In case of woolen cloth, what was happening? The heat was not able to escape, but here the heat is not able to enter. Okay, this get the difference. And let me tell you this thing in a nutshell. First is the conduction. We see the example of conduction in our daily life in case of cooking vessels. Okay, because of the help of the conduction only we are able to cook food, isn't it? Second is because of the conduction we can harm our hand, right, by touching all these things. So what we do, we put the wooden thing or a backlight. And then next is, why do we wear woolen clothes in summer? So sorry, winter is because that traps the heat. Okay, and then does not allow it to come out. And next thing is, why do we cover the ice with a jute bag? Is because that jute bag is an insulator and it does not allow heat to enter the ice. Okay, and then okay, this much only is the thing. I hope you got the point.